And we have invited a very special person representing our amazing team. She has been in the business for 30 years and more, 31 years now coming into the business. She is our leading FPO. She's the most successful FPO that the Forever UK, Ireland and Iceland has ever had. We're so proud that she's representing us in those big events, and actually we have events coming up locally here that we can't wait to see her on stage. But it's such a great privilege that she has given her valuable time to come in and share to you, to all of you, our amazing leaders watching us live or recorded. And she's gonna be coming in and sharing all about the planning and how you're gonna get there. So without further ado, let me please ask our amazing leader, our amazing Diamond manager, but also Sapphire qualified Eagle manager. Is that right, Jayne?
Correct. Very proud as well.
Thank you so much. We can't see you on stage to recognize you for that achievement and so many other more. But, on behalf of myself and the whole team, thank you for everything you're doing, and thank you for taking your time to come here and share your amazing insights. Thank you very much.
It's a pleasure, and thank you for inviting me, and welcome to all of the participants on the call tonight. And I'm seeing all the messages come in. Hi Celia, hi Steph. People coming on from all over the world actually, which is really, really nice. As Michael said, you can get really, really, really excited. Hi Debbie. You can get really, really, really excited about Eagle, and excitement will get you a large proportion of the way to achieving. But ultimately, at the end of the day, you need to have a plan. And I'm all about structure, strategy, having a plan, and then layering that with excitement. Because at the end of the day, people are attracted by excitement because, in the real world out there in the JOB, most people are not excited about their everyday work. I'm just trying to tilt my screen a bit. So I just want to go back a step if I can, and maybe share with you a little bit about where Eagle Manager originated from. And I can remember it as if it were yesterday. It was a GLT event. We were in the Dominican Republic. We'd been to the aloe fields, we'd been to the processing plant. We'd had an amazing couple of days there. And we were tasked at the end of the 3 days of GLT to come up with an incentive that would be fundamental for managers once they've achieved the manager position. So in other words, once you've achieved manager, where do you go from there? And we were broken up into groups, and we were all advised to go and put our thinking hats on in our groups and come up with a concept that would not only help managers move forward, but keep their case credits high, and get them achieving something whereby they could see forever in a much bigger arena. Because very often when we achieve the manager position, we're doing it locally in our town, in our village, in our community, and sometimes we've never experienced just the hugeness. Is that a word? No, it's not. The magnitude of the Forever opportunity and all that it has to offer. And that was what we did. We created the Eagle program. Forever refined it. The VPs refined it, and then they launched it. And it's been one of the most successful programs I think that we've ever seen launched to help new managers to experience what it's like as you begin to develop your business from manager through to gem positions, and so on. So it was a real privilege for me and for all the GLT at that time to be able to kind of pull this program together and then present it to the VPs, who eventually made it available to all of you. So let's just share a bit of information with you so you can get a concept, okay, so, whoops, I'm trying to share my screen, but it won't share. Okay, here we go. So that's just a little bit about the way that Eagle was founded. I want to share this with you because I believe that when you catch the vision of what's possible, oh my God, just watching that video, just listening to the music, just, I don't know about you, but I've got goosebumps all up my arms. I feel like pumped, ready to be there and ready to do whatever it takes to be a qualified Eagle for the trip to Thailand in 2025. So let's just recap very quickly on the qualification requirements. We're already into the second month of qualification because it started on the 1st of May. And we know that you've got to be 4cc active each month. We know that you need to be leadership qualified each month. And you need to do a total of 720 cases throughout the year, qualification period of 1st of May to 30th of April, of which 100 must be new business. That's new case credits that have been developed in the qualification period, and because we're a truly global company, those case credits, the new ones, can be global business. You also need to personally sponsor and develop 2 new supervisors within the qualification period, and they can also be global. So whilst you're working locally with the bulk of your business, remember that we're a global business and you can reach out to people all around the world, get them involved in your team and use that new volume towards the qualification requirement. And also I think it's a given to say that you need to support all of your local trainings, meetings, success days, all the events the company put on. You need to be there to show up, showing that you're a leader and leading by example. Now, obviously, there are levels of Eagle, and if you're a senior manager, then you need to have one downline Eagle. If you're a soaring manager, you need 3 downline Eagles in separate lines. If you're a sapphire manager, then you need 6 downline Eagles. If you're a diamond sapphire manager, then you need 10 downline Eagles, and a diamond manager, 15 downline Eagles. Now, each Eagle manager must be in a separate sponsorship line, but can be in any generation. So it hasn't got to be someone that you've personally recruited. It could be on your 4th, 5th, 10th, 15th, 20th level. I think I've got an Eagle manager in Nigeria, I think that's on my 19th level. So, you know, as long as they're all in individual legs, it doesn't matter what level that they are coming from. And something that's really unique and there to really encourage people to engage with this incentive is what we call the welcome back policy. So if you're a soaring manager and above, you can now qualify for Eagle with a new Eagle manager downline. In other words, somebody that has never qualified for Eagle before at all in any leg, in any generation, a new Eagle qualifier. And this is there to really encourage, you know, the soaring managers and above to really look into their teams, to look at who they can go to work with and say, you know what, I can do that. I can create a new Eagle. I'm going to go and work with somebody. And as a reward for creating a new Eagle manager, I'm going to be able to go on that trip as well. So the company is so generous in making sure that the incentive is available to absolutely everybody that's prepared to work, put the effort in, and really focus on this qualification period to be able to get on that plane, get on that boat, and be recognised and rewarded for your hard work. So one of the things that I'm really, really keen on is when you look at the incentive in its, in its entirety, sometimes if you are a relatively new manager or a manager that maybe, whose business has been flatlining a bit, you look at that 720 cases and you think, oh my goodness, I can't do that. And you look at that and in an instant, you see the 720 and you think, oh my goodness, I'm just not going to do that. And the thing is, if we think we can or we think we can't, we're absolutely right. So I never look at any incentive in its entirety. I look at the end requirement and then I break it down into bite-sized, manageable chunks, believable chunks of activity, a strategy, and then I go to work. So if we look at the end requirement, 720 cases over 12 months. But if you break that down into monthly requirements, it's 60 case credits. Now I'm going to show you a simple strategy that you can follow in a minute that will take it even down to a very simple starting level. Because when you look at the end and you pull it back to the beginning and then you work it back towards the end, what you'll find is you'll have a program that you go, I can do that. And that's what we want for everybody. We want every single manager not to look at 720 and go, I can't do that, but to look at 720 in its broken down, in its believable month by month process and go, I can do that. But before we even get to looking at what you need to do each month by way of growing your business, let's have a look at some core disciplines. I think it's fair to say that most managers, if I'm being totally honest, need to step up. Most managers are doing the absolute minimum, hoping to get rewarded. And I can honestly say in all the time that I've been in forever, I've never ever done the minimum. I always like to do above the minimum because I don't believe in being mediocre and I like to set the example. So I truly believe that everybody needs to be focused on recruiting between 2 to 4 new assistant supervisors per month. Now the reason I say 2 to 4 new assistant supervisors per month is because every single manager, every single person who's either a manager wanting to achieve Eagle or somebody who's working towards manager and wants to structure for Eagle going into the end of this year or into next year's qualification, you need to be doing some simple disciplines. And yes, you can always recruit more people. You can recruit 5, 6, 8, 10, it's entirely up to you. But if you recruit consistently 2 to 4 brand new assistant supervisors per month, what that will give you is enough people to begin to search out those that are serious about wanting to go to work. Because on average, we know that for every 5 people that you recruit, 3 will do a little bit. They'll become good users of the product. 1 will do okay, and 1 has the potential to go on and be significantly successful in forever. So if you're recruiting 2 to 4 new assistant supervisors per month, if you look at that over a 12-month period, then you're looking to put in place between 5 to 10 key strong legs that underpin your business and not only guarantee that you'll be an Eagle, but will help you get structured for chairman's bonus and for achieving the gem bonus as well. So what I love about our incentives that they all intertwine into each other. And that's something that you all need to be thinking about. Don't just limit yourself to being an Eagle. Think about being an Eagle, creating Eagles and becoming a chairman's bonus qualifier as well. And you'll do that by consistently recruiting 2 to 4 new assistant supervisors per month. You can do a lot more, but don't do any less. Look at that as being your expectations, your productivity, the pride of what you will set yourself as a target. And then around that, you also need to be retailing 4 to 6 case credits per month as well. And why I love the recruitment of 2 to 4 and the retail of 4 to 6, because it gives you real balance in your business. Because if all you do is retail, then you'll find that you'll never be able to scale your business through duplication. And if all you do is recruit and don't teach anybody to retail, then the business is out of balance there. So if you can really begin to embrace this concept of 2 to 4 ASs, 4 to 6 retail, you've got a phenomenal business which is doing between 6 and 10 case credits of personal business every single month. And that, my friends, is above average. And when you're above average, that's when the magic begins to happen. So it's always about aiming higher than the requirement. We look at the requirement, we look at it with a knowledgeable head on, and we say, okay, we're not going to work to minimums, we're going to push the boundary, we're going to lift the expectations and do more than is asked of us. So on the way to achieving Eagle, you will build a business that will achieve Forever to Drive, and you will build a business where you're doing 100 case credits of business, non-manager business per month. And oh my goodness, when that begins to happen, then you will see some real excitement with the managers by way of their income, by way of their structure, and by way of their belief. Because I think, again, once you begin to see results, your belief grows. When your belief grows, you take more action. When you take more action, you get more results. When you get more results, your belief grows. And so it's a never-ending reaffirmation of what's possible. So I want to share with you right now a phenomenal plan that I truly believe, if you embrace it and if you see the simplicity of it, that every single one of you on this call tonight can go on and build an Eagle Manager business. So we've already had the month of May. And again, depending on your mindset, will be so many people give up before they even start, and all of that is a mindset characteristic. So let's have a look at where managers might be in their thinking, in their businesses. Let's have a look at what's going on, and let's have a look at how we can scale. Let's just say in the month of May, you did 20 case credits. Now, not ideal. It's not a huge business for managers. But you know, this is the difference between somebody who believes they can achieve and somebody who says, well, I'm only doing 20 case credits, so therefore I can't be an Eagle. You see, in my humble opinion, even if you were on 10 case credits a month, if you decide, then you can put a plan in place that will guarantee that by the end of April next year, you will be an Eagle. So let's assume that in the month of May, you did 20 case credits. Where do you go from there? What do you do? Well, the first thing you need to do is you need to look into your business, and we're still only in the first 10 days of the month. So look into your business and go find the people that you want to work with. And it's really interesting, isn't it? What I've noticed over the years is that most people, in their naivety, put their time and energy into the wrong team members. What do I mean by that? I've done it myself in the early days. We look at our team, we may have a handful of people in our non-manager business, and we look at that group and we think, you know what, this FBO here is really good, they don't need my input, I'll let them get on with it. But these 4 or 5 or 6 people here, they're not really very good, so I'm going to put all my time and attention into them. And these FBOs could be FBOs that don't really do much retail, they don't show up to the business presentations, they're half-heartedly prospecting, they're half-heartedly committed to the business, but in our infinite wisdom, we believe we're going to turn them into superstars. Now, the challenge you have is you want it more for them than they want it for themselves. So you're putting your energy into the wrong people. Because what you need to do is you need to look into your group and you need to identify the one or the two or the three people who are really connected, really having a go, doing their launches, recruiting people, trying to be the best they can be and learning as they do their daily activity. And you want to put all your energy into them, because the impact you can have on your business by working with those in your team that are hungry is phenomenal. It really is phenomenal. So please think about who you're working with, because in the month of June, you want to be aiming for 30 cases. So it's only 10 more cases than in May. Now, if you're working with the wrong people, you're not going to get those 10 extra cases. But if you've identified a couple of key people in your team, very, very quickly with those people, based on recruiting 2 to 4, retailing 4 to 6, very quickly you're going to put 10 case credits onto your total volume by working with the right people. So all you're looking to do is put plus 10. And suddenly you've expanded your business, you're working with the right people, they're recruiting 1 or 2 good new people, you've got the right habits, the right disciplines, the right activity, and suddenly that disbelief begins to turn into excitement. And excitement means, well, if I can put 10 case credits on in June, what can I do in July? Well, with the people that you recruited in May and June and the duplication going on in their team, then in July you can add 20 case credits, which is only working with 4 to 5 good people to help them do more, and then you've put the extra volume on to get to 50 cases. So May, June, July, 20, 30, 50. Now, trust me, it's a 90-day program. Every 90 days you'll be bringing people in, you'll be helping them understand the retail side of the business, helping them understand recruiting, getting them ready to promote through the marketing model, helping them get their belief, helping them create good habits, and before you know it, you'll see the business begin to grow. So in August, we go from 50 to 70. It's only plus 20. So May to June was plus 10. June to July was plus 20. July to August is plus 20. But the thing is, now you've got more and more and more and more team members to work with, so that plus 20 is not difficult. You know, I like to think that we focus on a good FBO doing, you know, that sort of 6 to 10 case credits per month. So therefore, you've only got to have 4 to 5 new FBOs that you work with to create that extra volume. In September, we have another plus 20. We go to 90. So we've done 20, 30, 50, 70, 90. And that's been a nice progression. It's believable, it's doable, it's flexible. There are always going to be the superstars that come in and blitz it in 2 or 3 months. But we're not looking to talk to just the 1 or 2 superstars. We want everybody to be an eagle. We want everybody to look at this strategy and go, I can do that. So September's a great month to kickstart for the autumn period. So we're looking in October to break your first supervisor. So in the last 2 to 3 months, you will have recruited somebody new into your team, and that one person is now achieved the position of supervisor. So again, it's only plus 20 cases. So if you're looking at it, you know, from September to October, plus 20, first supervisor. Nice steady progress, lots of stability, good strong foundations. October, November, we're going for another 20 case credit growth. And the beauty about this is now you should be breaking your second supervisor. And if you're looking at this, you can see nice incremental growth. December, with all the will in the world, whether we like it or not, December becomes what I call a maintenance month. Now, do not fall into the trap that so many FBOs fall into. They almost write the month of December off. For me, December is a really very, very important month. not necessarily because you're going to see explosive growth in December, but you're going to see dynamic activity, because you're going to be working really hard in December, talking to people, because there will be a lot of people in December that will be keen to look at forever, but not until January. But you need to be having the conversations with them in December. So come January, when you follow up, they're ready, they're excited, you've already preempted the call, you've warmed them up, you can ask them about the festive period, and now you can get them into the business. So what you do in December is you do a lot of groundwork. You're doing a lot of work to get a lot of new people excited about joining in January, February, March, April. So in January, if you follow this plan, potentially you will be an Eagle manager. You will have done the qualification to be an Eagle starting in May on 20 case credits. However, one of the things I love to be able to do is to give people a bit of wiggle room, because with all the will in the world, we can show you a phenomenal plan, but things happen. You could have a really great month in October, much higher than 110, and then not such a good month in November. So variables do happen. So in January, Eagle manager, but what happens if you don't make Eagle manager in January? Well, you can still go for a really big month in February, and as a result, you're still gathering momentum to finish Eagle strong. And then if you look at March, having broken a manager, you'll notice your case credits go down a little bit, because when you break a manager, they'll take their non-manager volume and you'll drop down a bit. Now, this is why it's really, really important to be breaking managers when you've got high volume. Because if you're breaking a manager when you're only on 50 or 70 case credits, they take their non-manager away from your volume, and suddenly you drop right down with case credits. And this is why it's so important to get that consistency, the balance, to get the structure right. Because if you're building up to 100, 130, 120, 150, what you're doing here is you're giving yourself a chance not just to develop a manager, not just to achieve forever to drive, but really importantly to have high volume. So when you develop a manager, you're still going to be over 100 case credits a month. And that's really, really, really important. So then you come to April, and if you haven't yet achieved Eagle, then we know by April you will have done the volume to be Eagle by the end of the April period. So what I like to look for when I'm planning an Eagle manager business is to have Eagle done by January, February, but to finish the period by being structured for chairman's bonus. Because if you think about it, chairman's bonus actually starts in January. So we have an 18-month incentive, because we've got May till April with Eagle. We've got chairman's bonus from January to December. They overlap in the middle. So why not put your hat on for Go4Eagle, create a phenomenal Eagle business, but structure for chairman's bonus. And for me, this is one of the most beautiful plans that you can see for anybody to believe in when you're looking at just nice, manageable, incremental growth, really amazing stability, structured for car, for Eagle, for chairman's bonus, and you've retained your case credits being high because you've got high volume as you're promoting out managers. And that to me is a perfect plan. And if we're looking for a plan, that's what, and you're looking for a plan that you can all buy into, this is the plan. And as I said right at the very beginning, we can all be excited and hyped up by people that, will share their stories, and sharing stories is absolutely fundamental. Looking at others and saying, if they can do it, I can do it. But you need a starting point. You need to see where you're heading for. You need to be able to say, am I on track? Do I need to do more? How's it all going? Because once you see your business growing, your belief begins to grow. And before you know it, you're not saying, I can't be an Eagle. You're saying, I am an Eagle. And that's what we're looking for. We're looking for more and more and more and more Eagles. And the reason that we're looking for more Eagles is because, that experience that you have as a new Eagle manager is invaluable. If you think about the incentives with Forever, they have the Global Rally trip. The Global Rally, you've got to be 1,500 case credits to get on that. And whilst the Global Rally is one of the most incredible experiences you'll ever have with Forever, to go on to this sort of 3 to 4 day Eagle trip where you're mixing with the top people from around the world, you're rubbing shoulders with the VPs, with the president, with the CEO of the company, you're learning what you need to learn to progress your business and grow your income. Seriously, once you decide to become an Eagle, it's where the magic begins to happen. And one of the things I've noticed in life, in business, is that once you decide you're going to do something, not a wishy-washy decide, not a I'll give it a go, I'll try, but once you truly say, I'm going to be an Eagle, failure's not an option, I'm all over it. It's amazing how the universe kind of rearranges itself to bring opportunity and people into your life that will be part of that journey to achieve the goal. When you decide you're going to achieve something, your whole physiology changes, your energy changes, and that energy, that twinkle in your eye, is very attractive to others. So when you're prospecting, you stand a bit taller, you've got a bigger smile on your face, you share the vision of Forever and the potential with your prospects with an energy that is intriguing to others. You're not just going through the motions saying, oh, join my business. You're articulating on another dimension. In other words, your vibrations, if you like, are on another level, which is attractive to other people. And if you look around you, if you look at the people that are doing really well, in your business, in your country, in your town, wherever you are around the world, the people that are doing well, they radiate an energy, and that energy brings people into their business. So make that decision, decide to be an Eagle, but don't half-heartedly decide. Commit to it wholeheartedly, 100%, heart and soul. Do what you need to do, work the plan, get help from your upline, check your attitude, and just go to work, because I promise you, you will not be disappointed when you get on that plane to fly over to Phuket and into Thailand. Another thing to consider is we know that the average Eagle makes between 40 to 60% more income than a manager. So an Eagle manager is making, as I say, 40 to 60% more money than a manager. So think about that. It's not just the incentive that you win, it's the person you become along the way. It's the depth and the growth in your business that will give you more money. And that whole cycle just lifts you and elevates you to a greater level in the way that you see, the way that you act, the way that you behave, and the leader that you will become on the way. So Eagle Manager is an incredible incentive. You need to take control of your business, take control of your habits, and take control of your life. And I want to say this with all the love in the world. Most people do not run their business like a business. They run it like a bit of a hobby, a bit of a part-time venture. It's something that we do in a bit of spare time at the weekends. It's sociable, it's this, it's that, the other. No, it's not. This is a business. And it needs to be treated like one, with respect, with discipline, with consistency, with connection. Because again, once you begin to take things seriously, then, you change as a person. You need to take control of your habits. And very often your habits will dictate your success. I say that by recognizing in the early days, even for myself, I had to check myself, check my thinking, check my habits, check my speech, check my activity levels, check my, take control of your habits. Show up, don't be late. make sure your 4K's credits are done in the first week of the month. You know, don't leave everything till the last second, the last minute, the last second of the month. Start stepping up, because the things that you make habitual in becoming a good leader, your team will follow. And one of the things that is so important is to make sure that you've done your retail in the first week of the month. 4K's credits of retail done and dusted. So for the rest of the month, you can focus on recruit, teach, coach, creating those good habits with your new people. So basically, it's you taking control. It's not leaving your business in the hands of somebody else. You know, we're very lucky in Forever. We have amazing uplines. We've got amazing home office. We've got great support with our MDs and with our, you know, VPs locally. But ultimately, at the end of the day, it's our business. And you have to take control of your business. You have to be responsible. You know, if it is to be, it's up to me. Do not expect others to do this for you. You need to develop your leadership skills every day. And, you know, you don't need to start out as a leader. You don't need to say to yourself, well, I'm not a leader yet, so I can't be an eagle. The minute you recruit your first team member, you're a leader. Even if you've only been in the business for a few days longer than your team, you are still a leader. So, you know, develop your skills day by day by actually doing. And don't give the responsibility of your success, your structure, your achievements to somebody else. This is down to you. It's your business. Yes, we can input, we can motivate, we can inspire you, we can train you, we can give you all the tools that you need, but ultimately, nothing happens until you decide to decide. And when you decide to decide, everything changes. So, I want you to think about duplication, because duplication is the quickest way to put a business into momentum. And again, what most people don't understand is that duplication is driven by you. It is not driven by your new FBO. You drive duplication 3 levels deep, and when you've done that, you've got nice firm foundations. So get your retail done very quickly and focus on creating these new FBOs and quickly duplicating them. Because once you duplicate a new FBO, what you'll find is they'll stay with you. FBOs tend to stay if they've got a team building and if they've got a good customer base. But you have to help them achieve that. You have to coach them, show them, you have to help them put that in place, because ultimately this is your business. And that's how you have to think about it. It's your business. So you work hard to recruit your new FBO. That's the FBOA. And when you recruit that new FBO, very quickly, you're putting a retail strategy in place, and very, very quickly, you're looking to help A find their first new FBO. So you work with A to find B, but you're also working with B because A doesn't know what to do yet. And A will learn what to do by watching you help with coaching, mentoring, and teaching the simplicity of the business to their new team member. So it's a really interesting concept, and what most people do is they recruit A, and then A will by accident recruit B, and you believe that A knows what to do with B, and they don't. So you teach A what to do by working with B, and A is watching. So it could be that, you know, A's recruited somebody, you've helped, you may have helped with the one-to-one, you may have followed up after the BP and answered any questions, you may have helped with the registration process, you will definitely have helped with the planning process because A is watching. And then as a result of that, you may go and help with some retailing, whether it be online, offline. So A is watching, and you may well show A, through working with B, how B recruits their first person, which is C. So what you've got now is a really phenomenal line of business building, but you've driven that growth. You've driven it by recruiting A, working with B so A can watch. You're now helping A and B work with C, and that creates duplication. Now I have people say to me, well, that sounds like a lot of hard work. And I say, guys, if you want to build a 6-figure income, if you want to be on the plane and achieving Eagle, if you want to be on the plane to go to the rallies, if you want to be on the plane to go to Chairman's Bonus, you've got to build a business, and you won't build that by not supporting the duplication through your new recruits. Now, this is why I said to you earlier on to be mindful of who you're working with. Because if you've got a good frontline person, who is really having a go at building a business, and through their own effort and energy they're beginning to recruit, and you think, well, A's doing really well, I'll let them get on with it. I'll go and work with the person who's doing nothing and try and turn them into somebody who can do everything. That's where you miss the trick. You need to put your time and your energy into the person who's going to recruit and then duplicate. And what that will create is stability. I'll give you an idea of what I mean by that. I had lunch today with one of my top leaders who is semi-retired in forever now. But he worked the business for 20 years before he semi-retired. And we spent a lot of time, pouring a lot of time and energy and knowledge, our experience into him so he could create a really good business. A business that would not just be around for a couple of years or 5 years or 10 years or 15 years, but a business that would be sustainable and will become a legacy business. And as a result of putting that time in, very often spending time with people where you don't always see the reward on day one. As a result of doing that, that one line that we've developed through that one person has gone on to create millions and millions and millions of pounds worth of turnover globally. And that's what the Eagle Manager Program does. It starts the process of managers building strong businesses, looking for their strong leaders, creating stability within that leaders group, creating duplication. Because the key here is A won't leave because they've got B and C. B won't leave because they've got A and a mentor working with them. C's brand new and is inspired by A and B, and before you know it, it begins to grow exponentially. And that's the key to our business. So plan your case credits through retail, through recruiting, through duplication, and that is going to guarantee that you're going to create the requirement that you need to be an Eagle, whether it be a brand new Eagle, whether it's a senior soaring sapphire, diamond sapphire, but that's how you're going to create your Eagle incentive requirement. So the first thing you need to ask yourself, based on the May and June of the plan, are you on track? Are you ahead of the plan? Are you a bit below the plan? And whichever way you are, then run with it. If you're a bit below, get yourself on track by looking into your team and saying, who can I go to work with? If you're ahead, then look into your team and say, who can I start training to be an Eagle manager coming up behind me? So you need to get focused on being an Eagle. You need to put your plan in place. You need to execute that plan monthly, weekly, daily, and then you need to review it all the time to make sure that you're on track for achieving Eagle. So I am very, very proud to be at Sapphire Eagle, but one of the things that fills me with joy is when you look around the world and you see the greatest smiles, the happiness, the joy that people exude when they become an Eagle manager. It's a huge achievement. It's one that is rewarded handsomely by Forever with some of the most incredible trips around the world where you literally not only go as an Eagle, a brand new Eagle, but you come back and Forever is through you to the core. I remember going on my first Forever trip. It was to San Francisco many years ago now. I'd only been in Forever for 8 months. We didn't even have an Eagle program, but it was a travel incentive and I wasn't going to miss it. And I remember going to that event one person and coming back a very different person. And that's exactly what's going to happen to you. You will achieve the Eagle Manager status. You will go to the rally as one person. You will fully engage, fully embrace, absorb everything that is shared with you. You'll brainstorm ideas, you'll share ideas with other people, and you will come back a different person. And I promise you something, when you've been on one trip forever, you never, ever, ever want to miss going again. So if you are planning to be an Eagle, make sure that as a result of this training session, that you put together your plan. Make sure that you share your plan with your upline. Make sure that they look at it and they say, yep, you're on track. Make sure that you look into your team to find the people that are worthy of your time and are worthy of you working with. Because I'm telling you, you only need a handful of people to literally explode your business. And I know categorically from the bottom of my heart that every single one of you on this call can be an Eagle if you decide to decide. So from my heart to your heart, I look forward to seeing you all in Thailand, sharing time with you, learning, working, collaborating, partying hard, enjoying all that Forever has to offer, and becoming the very best version of you that you can be. I won't say good luck, but I will say great success to each and every one of you. I believe in you. We all believe in you. You've got this, but you've got to decide to decide. It's been a pleasure as ever sharing my time with you tonight. You know, as I say, go and put your plan together, and we look forward to seeing you at the Eagle Manager event going forward. Thanks everybody, and thanks for all the very kind messages. They're really heartfelt.
Jayne, thank you so much. We're so grateful of you and your time and all your knowledge. You can see all the love that is coming on the chat. Guys, let's give it up once again for our beloved Diamond Manager, GLT member, #1 FPO in the whole UK, Ireland and Iceland. We're so proud that you're just radiating all this excitement out there, Jayne, and your plan and your way of thinking resonates to a lot of us out here. And I'm sure that the belief has raised tonight. I believe that a lot of you here make sure to say to Jayne how much you love her, but tell her you're gonna be an Eagle, because she has shared all that exciting information to make sure that you are at that trip, because you're so special, as you heard. And thank you so much, Jayne, once again. We love you. We appreciate you. We can't wait to see you. These days, we're going to have you a lot. So it's going to be great. Thank you very much, Jayne. Thank you.